Should we be having these kinds of arguments in 2023 about the national election after spending over 300 billion naira? And something is missing because INEC still will not upload all the information till today.
Well, I suppose that's a legitimate question, but I mean, the fact is that that election has taken place. People have gone to the Presidential Elections Tribunal and have now gone to the Supreme Court. But on that tribunal level, what's your overall take on its judgment? What's your assessment of how it handled the case?
See, I'm particularly worried about pronouncements they made, which appear to have taken us back to square one. I said earlier that the Electoral Act was supposed to improve and get us nearer free and fair elections. If all the major gains from the Electoral Act, the judges have made pronouncements almost reversing or wiping them out, then it's important that Supreme Court decides beyond Atiku and Obi. We have elections coming, governorship in Imo. We have elections coming in Edo. We have elections coming in Bayelsa. It's important we know whether INEC is going to conduct these elections the way they handled the elections for Osun, or are they going to repeat this nonsense they did in the presidential election, claiming a glitch and hiding results and posting blurred images and all sorts. It also creates a problem for a winner in terms of legitimacy. What are we hiding 6 months after an election?
Thank you so much, and your brother is great. You see, the Nigerian people need to put on their thinking cap because the appeal court ruling concerning the presidential election petition brought before them, it does appear that decision of the appeal court had made nonsense of a 2022 Electoral Act amendment. Consequently, Nigerians are worried. The November 11 governorship election in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo stand threatened. Do you know why? Will INEC come up with guidelines on how they will conduct the November 11 election? Nigerians are asking the judiciary, if INEC comes up with guidelines on how they will conduct that election, of what value? Of what meaning? Of what use? Is there any atom of sense in INEC coming up with guidelines on how they will conduct election? Is there any atom of sense in it? Since the judiciary, the appeal court, is telling the world that INEC guideline is at INEC's discretion. In that case, the guideline is not mandatory. It's not binding on INEC. They are at liberty to make guideline and do away with it and do whatever they feel like. That is what 5 justices of the appeal court sat and they were able to come up with that. If INEC comes up with guidelines on how they will conduct November 11 governorship election, are you expecting people to trust INEC? Are you expecting people to have that confidence that INEC will keep to their guideline? The judiciary need to rise up to the challenge. Future elections stand threatened. If 5 justices will sit together, and what they will come up with is to tell you an institution like INEC that needs public trust can make guideline and do away with it, there's a problem. By November 11 election in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi, will INEC comply to their guideline, or will they do whatever they feel like, since their guideline is not mandatory? That is the $1 million question that is giving Nigerians serious concern. And who caused it? no other institution than the judiciary. It's a pity. May God save Nigeria. Let there be an intervention so that future election will not bring violence. So that politicians will not go all out and anarchy will not reign supreme in Nigeria. Let there be an intervention. Share this video and subscribe to this channel. God bless you.
It also creates a problem for a winner in terms of legitimacy. What are we hiding 6 months after an election? So I'm concerned more about what it portends for the future and for future elections. Because if we wipe away all the gains, then we can as well ask INEC and DSS and whoever to just tell us who they want to announce as a winner. Because if you make the burden of proof so high for those who have been wounded by the system, then people will resort to self-help. If you are completely silent and ignore voter suppression, then everybody in Edo and Bayelsa and Imo will be thinking about voter suppression.